Bobby Althoff was supposed to be the next big thing in podcasting. She exploded onto the scene with a strange blend of dry sarcasm, awkward silences, and interviews that felt more like social experiments than conversations. Her early clips were doing tens of millions of views. She landed Drake as her fourth ever guest. She was being hailed as the awkward anti-celebrity that somehow got celebrities to open up in ways we'd never seen before. And then, she fell off. Fast. In just a year and a half, Bobby's channel has gone from viral clips and chart-topping interviews to people actively asking how she ever got famous in the first place. Entire Reddit threads are dedicated to explaining why they can't stand her. Her viewership is down, her podcast is now mocked, and her name is more likely to be associated with controversy than content. But how did someone who was this close to becoming the next big cultural icon fumble the bag so quickly? To understand Bobby's collapse, you have to start with how it all began. Bobby Althoff started her career on TikTok in 2021, making deadpan content about being a mom. She made just 26 videos before pivoting to the podcast that would launch her into stardom. The Really Good Podcast. It was a weird idea on paper. Put a socially awkward woman with no broadcasting experience in a room with rappers, celebrities, and A-listers, and hope for the best. But it worked. Her first viral moment came when she interviewed Funny Marco. The interaction was uncomfortable, offbeat, and unlike anything else online. People loved it. The full episode pulled over 5 million views, and the chemistry between Bobby and Marco was so unique.
You like tennis?
No.
Why not?
Because, have you ever played?
Yeah,
It's really hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
Yeah.
So tennis is a relationship sport.
And
you're in a relationship. Do you feel like you're a good partner?
No.
Oh. Oh. Okay, didn't expect you to say that.
That fans were begging for them to become a permanent duo. Then she did something that put her on the map forever. She landed Drake. Somehow, on just her fourth episode, Bobby convinced one of the most elusive celebrities in the world to lie in bed with her for an hour-long interview. It wasn't just a great booking, it was perfectly executed. Funny, intimate, and relaxed. It felt less like a podcast and more like watching two old friends hang out.
Do you think I'm bad at rapping?
I've never
What's
heard
your favorite? What? You've never heard? What?
Maybe on the radio, your music.
What?
Any of your music.
Okay, so you've never heard. You were gonna say you've never
Any
heard
of your
a Drake
music?
song?
No.
Viewers were obsessed. In just 2 weeks, the episode pulled over 10 million views and boosted Bobby's channel by 700,000 subscribers. This should have been the start of a historic rise to the top. But instead, it was the beginning of her downfall. Because as one tweet perfectly summarized it, Drake giveth and Drake taketh away. People started noticing some odd things about Bobby's interviews. During the Drake episode, Bobby asked if she was his type. When he joked about setting her up with his friend, she seemed unusually intrigued. And this wasn't a one-time thing.
Am I your type?
I'd do it.
Thank you.
I'd do it. There's you
Not an it.
I know. I just meant like.
She had a similar moment with Funny Marco, asking if he was hitting on her. Then she admitted something that made people raise their eyebrows. She started the podcast to meet new people, and while that might have sounded innocent at first, things got way more complicated when her husband filed for divorce just 6 days after the Drake interview. Even worse, Bobby had flown out to do the Drake episode on her daughter's first birthday. That was the moment public opinion began to shift. people online started asking the obvious question: why is a married mother constantly flirting with rappers on her podcast? The rumors got even more intense when she suddenly deleted the Drake episode and unfollowed him on Instagram. He unfollowed her back. Then Dave Portnoy posted a screenshot of a text where Bobby denied sleeping with Drake, but said she didn't want to address it publicly. By then, it was too late. The narrative had already taken over. Bobby Althoff had become the girl who blew up her marriage for clout. Whether or not that was true, it didn't really matter anymore. And from there, everything Bobby touched seemed to turn into drama. She did a podcast with Lil Yachty and called him awkward. Fans accused her of being ungrateful, especially since Yachty was one of the people who helped bring her to the spotlight. She wanted awkward, but when she got awkward, she trashed it. Then came the conspiracy theories. People began speculating that Bobby was an industry plant manufactured by her talent agency, WME. After all, WME also managed some of the celebrities who mysteriously appeared on her podcast. She dismissed the rumors, but they didn't go away. In fact, people started catching her in other inconsistencies, like when she told Mark Cuban she was broke, $20,000 in debt and maxing out credit cards, yet was seen spending hundreds of dollars on luxury sandals. Meanwhile, her ex-husband was reportedly a millionaire who had 170,000 students in his online course business. Her whole "I'm just a broke, awkward mom" shtick was starting to feel a little fake. And the more people scrutinized her, the worse things got. Her podcast style, once charmingly weird, began to feel forced. Her interviews became repetitive, her jokes predictable. The pauses and deadpan stares no longer felt original. They felt like a formula she was trying too hard to replicate. Reddit threads asking, "What do you think of Bobby Althoff?" were completely negative. One person wrote, "I don't find her funny or charismatic enough to pull off the shtick." Another added, "This kind of awkward, cringe humor is having a moment, but I think hers has passed." And when Bobby did try to change it up, editing out the awkward silences, acting more normal, the results were somehow even worse. Because now, it just looked like any other mid-tier podcast. The magic was gone. The edge was gone. Bobby's whole persona had become diluted. She did an interview with YouTuber Dax Flame that many called downright mean. At one point, she cuts him off during an answer, just to say, It was less like a podcast and more like watching someone mock their guest on camera. The episode flopped. Then she posted a video saying she got into podcasting after seeing how much money another podcaster made. It was one of the most tone-deaf admissions you could make, basically saying, "I saw the paycheck and thought, yep, that's what I want." And when you combine all of that with changing her appearance, getting Botox and filler, and openly talking about it online, it just gave people more ammunition. Suddenly, every comment was, "Her 15 minutes are up. Bobby's so boring now. Get off the internet." Even her interviews with people like Offset backfired. She was accused of being disrespectful, prompting Offset to roast her mid-podcast by calling her a plain piece of chicken with no seasoning. That clip alone symbolized her entire downfall. At one point, Bobby Althoff represented the anti-podcast, the girl who wasn't trying to go viral, who didn't care about fame, and who somehow made awkwardness entertaining. But now, she feels like the opposite. Just another influencer chasing clout, chasing relevance, chasing a moment that clearly passed her by. And maybe that's the saddest part of all, because for a brief moment, Bobby Althoff had something no one else had. She's just another name in the algorithm. One viral clip away from disappearing completely.